All right, folks, it's May 29, 2023. It is Memorial Day, and we do got to pay our respects and say thank you to those that paid the ultimate sacrifice, serving our country, fighting the good fight. And so we do appreciate and pay our respects today. We're going to have a little bit of fun, though, in today's little quick update here for you. I want to talk about investing in XRP gone wrong. And so I have a clip to show you guys. This is from the TikTok investors page on Twitter, where they show ridiculous takes and investing advice shared on TikTok. And so we're going to get into that, though. Right now, though, the market back up compared to where we've been at, cooled off a little bit here. 27,589 is the reading that I'm pulling on Bitcoin at the time of this recording, 3:30 on the West Coast. And we're looking at a 1888 on Ethereum and a 4897, basically a 49 cent XRP. XRP making its way back up close to 50 cents. That's good to see. And then we see Bitcoin up here. Did break above 28,000 briefly yesterday. That was last night when we were recording our live show, Sunday session. If you guys did miss the Sunday session, make sure you guys go back and watch that one yesterday. The Ripple IPO flip of the switch Sunday session yesterday was lit. Make sure you guys go check that one out. We've cooled off today, though. Back below 28,000, 27,600 basically is where we're trading at the time of this recording. But let's get into this one, guys. Let's watch this video. So, funny story about this. This is from TikTok investors. Like I said, XRP has basically cut in half since bro mortgaged his house on it. Now, it's funny, this must have come out about a year or so ago after XRP, was probably at about $1. And I remember actually watching this video. This came through my TikTok feed at the time of this, that this gentleman shared this post. And I remember being a little bit jaded because I'll play this and you guys can listen to the soundtrack, this dramatic music that was playing in the background and talking about XRP. I was like, this dude literally stole my deal, right? I had the dramatic music. I had the lock on the dramatic music talking about XRP. And we had a lot of fun back on TikTok 2 years ago. And, here we are a year and a half, 2 years later. XRP still at 50 cents and the lawsuit continues on. But obviously our time is coming close and we're going to get into that. But I remember at the time I saw this clip come through my TikTok feed and I was like, this dude totally stole my swag. Like, what the heck? But nonetheless, let's play this clip and let's talk about this, what this guy ended up doing, mortgaging his house to buy XRP. Let's take a listen in here, folks.
I just basically mortgaged my house so I could put all of the equity from the house into XRP. And you might be thinking, I am absolutely crazy, but let me explain to you why I did that. I did that because there is so much fear in the market right now. I love fear, all right? I'm greedy when others are fearful, and I'm fearful when others are greedy, okay? When there's blood in the streets, it's time to play some ball. I just basically
I love that
mortgaged.
one. I love that. When there's blood in the streets, it's time to play some ball. I absolutely love that one. Now, TikTok Investors is a page on Twitter here, and they say, we curate cringy and funny financial social media content. We are not affiliated with TikTok and posts belong to their respective owners. Now that definitely was cringe, right? When there's blood in the streets, it's time to play ball. I like that one. I'm going to steal that one. But for those of you guys who didn't see me on TikTok 2 years ago when we got started posting social media content, that was my song. That was my sound. I owned that sound and we owned XRP TikTok back during that time. So I remember seeing that and I was like, this guy's trying to steal my swag. But nonetheless, bro mortgaged his house and now XRP is basically halved in price. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about investing in XRP. And remember, folks, I'm not here to give you financial advice. Never here to give you financial advice. What I do is I share how I'm maneuvering, how I'm investing, and how I am not mortgaging my house to invest in XRP. So first off, what have we always talked about? Stay away from leverage, right? When I trade Bitcoin futures, you guys have seen me shorten the hell out of Bitcoin. I'm using 5x leverage, which is a little bit of leverage, not much, right? And I've only done about 13, 14 trades in the last year. So I'm not day trading, I'm not doing anything crazy, and I'm not over leveraging myself. The second thing is you have to understand the barbell theory is how I've approached my bag. So on one side of the barbell, I have my conservative plays, and on the other side, I have my risk, and I don't commingle the two. The money that I've put in to silver is into the conservative side of the barbell, and it's never coming back out to go into risk. It's never going to be taken out of silver to go risk on. That would defeat the whole purpose of the barbell portfolio that we're building out here. So when I take my dollars, when I take my fiat money and I invest it in silver, it stays in the conservative side of my portfolio. When I invest into XRP, that's an investment into a more riskier asset class, into cryptocurrency here. And so I may take profits. I may take some off the table. In fact, I do have an exit strategy for XRP that involves taking off 5-10% of my bag back out into fiat, and then I will move it from there, either back into a conservative play or back into another risky play, depending on where I'm at that moment in time. Now, many people in my community have asked me about pulling equity out of their house to buy crypto. I cannot give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I've always said, for me, I view like I have my conservative and my risky side of my portfolio, and I have another asset class here called real estate. I am saving up cash right now to invest in real estate. I will not be pulling my money, the investment bucket that makes up my money in my equity that's going to be in real estate, does not come back out of real estate to go back into anything else besides potentially business. That's the only place that I would take equity. And he said that he dumped all of the equity that he had in his house back into XRP. So apparently he went all in into one crypto, which is a risky asset class, all in with the equity that's your conservative, that's the conservative side of your portfolio there that you're taking to gamble with and put into a risk asset. Now, the other thing here that we have to understand is the time value of money. So you're taking that equity out to invest in a risky asset class and to invest into a play that, you know, we are all kind of guilty of thinking that this thing was going to play out sooner than it has, right? And that hasn't happened. And so have I lost out on opportunity cost by going all in XRP? Because you guys know me. I mean, a large part of my bag in crypto is definitely XRP. And I could have made more money on memes, on NFTs, on other opportunities. Even investing back into my business would probably have been a better investment. I know I can get a return on my business. And so that's why I say that's the only place that I would take equity out of my house to invest into something else, would be a business opportunity that I know, that I get to touch, that I get to manipulate, that I get to grow, not I get to allocate and then hope and pray. And even if the fundamentals are good, like they are with XRP, the fundamental investment is very sound. We are going to win. And even for this gentleman who mortgaged his house, and now we're down, half, we've been cut in half from where he mortgaged his house, and from where many of us in the community have bought bags at. I mean, I've bought XRP, the highest price I've bought is $1.20, right? I don't spend 1 second in regret on that, because I understood that I didn't need this money to survive, which is what we've always said. We got to make sure that we could survive the recession. We got to make sure that we could survive the inflation. And I'm not a fan of taking money and allocations out of the conservative side of my portfolio and going into risk, right? For everyone, for anybody who's listening, you guys can look at the model that I've set up. You can see the program that I've set up for myself, where when I have extra money to invest, a portion's going to the real estate bucket, a portion's going into cryptocurrency. The portion that goes into cryptocurrency is diversified amongst a few. I don't have 20 different coins. I have a few, right? And then we have an allocation that's made to precious metals, right? So we cover all of our bases. And you can set up a similar program for yourself. Now, what this gentleman did, taking all the equity out of his house to invest in crypto, many people in our community did this because they were worried, they had FOMO, that time was going to run out. As I said, I'm guilty of thinking that this timeline was going to play out sooner than it has as well, right? So I'm not going to knock the guy on that. And I am going to remind everybody who's listening that everything is still at play. We are not going to be at a 50 cent XRP forever. We're not going to be sub $1 forever. And even John Deaton put out a tweet today talking about how he doesn't think that the real FOMO is going to kick in until XRP's at $1 and then $2. That's when the real FOMO is going to kick in. And as this this example that I'm sharing with you guys here today, that's why the guy mortgaged his house, is because of that FOMO, because we had made that run up to $1.40 in 2021. And everybody thought that, okay, this is our time. XRP's pumped in every single bull run. Just this time we missed the pump that the rest of the space occurred, that occurred for the rest of the space because of the lawsuit and for some other reasons as well. So I'm not here to beat up the guy. I'm not here to make excuses. And for me, what we've talked about is the barbell portfolio. We have our conservative, we have our risk. We don't mix the two. When we have a bucket for real estate, that bucket stays in real estate. And all of our investment buckets, right, provide us a sound portfolio that allows us to sleep well at night. And we're hedged no matter where the market goes. If inflation continues up, we're hedged with our precious metals. We also are hedged by the fact that if we go risk on, our cryptos go, and we're hedged there. We've gone all in on XRP and others. We win there, right? But then if the recession continues, if we get a depression, we have real businesses. The businesses cash flow. We are not over leveraged, right? And this is why I always told people, do whatever you think you need to do. I'm not here to give you financial advice, but when it comes to pulling equity out of your house, I hesitate myself on putting it into something else that is more risky, right? If I'm going to take equity out of my house, the only place that I would consider putting it would be into a business opportunity. And that's because I know I get to touch, feel, manipulate, and grow that business opportunity. Now, I'm not the most sophisticated investor. My strategies are very simple, and I lay them out before you guys. In an effort of full transparency, I try to, show you guys what my portfolio is. I show you guys how I'm navigating this thing between all of the asset classes, from real estate to crypto to precious metals. I don't do stock equity yet. And I try to show you guys in an effort of transparency so that you guys can follow along and then create your own exit strategy, your own program, your own portfolio. You are your own person. And for some of you guys, you were weighted too heavy in real estate. You have $1 million net worth, but it's all tied up in your house, and then you have 2 rental properties, and now you're getting laid into crypto. I get the attraction of wanting to consider taking some of that money and putting it into crypto. Maybe that's the right move. I don't know. What we have to understand, though, is this market is so dang volatile. It is still so risky. Although I fundamentally believe in XRP and some of these other cryptocurrencies, you have to be able to stomach seeing that portfolio drop another 50%, which I think could be coming up for us, by the way. I want everyone to, remember where we're at with our thesis of we could still get cleaned out, right? We're in a manipulated reality. They're about to raise the debt ceiling once again with no cap on the debt ceiling. They're just giving us a timeline, basically, I guess January of 2025. I forget where it's extended out here. We basically got a year and a half where they have no debt limit and just free reign to inflate and destroy the value of our currency. So there's no telling where we could go. Risk on could go back on because of the market's feeling good here for a little bit. And you guys started to see that. Bitcoin going back up to 28,000. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what we've been preparing for. But fundamentally, they're going to have to continue raising interest rates to fight this inflation, which kills the Main Street economy. And that's where the recession comes in through this year into next year. You're going to see real estate, a lagging asset class. The deals are starting to come online, but it's only going to get better from here. You're starting to see precious metals are in an inflection point where they've historically gone up between 70 to over 100% in some of the previous recessions that we've experienced that are similar to this one. When you look at the ratio S&P 500 in equities to gold, you're starting to see an inflection point where that's going to inverse. And we've gone 70 to 100% plus from there. So the setup for me is clear. But people are getting cleaned out in the meantime because they're over leveraging themselves. They're spreading themselves too thin. They're not staying focused. They're buying dozens of meme coins. They're going way too risky. They're staying way too conservative, which during this time, depending on where you're at, some of you guys, and it's tough because I'm talking to people that are 30 years old like myself. I'm 28 years old. I'm just getting started. So where I'm all in crypto and I got cash, I don't have real estate. Then I'm talking to somebody who's 65, 70 years old, who's sitting on a net worth of real estate and a 401k, but they don't have crypto. And that's why they come to me, and we try to figure it out where we can go from there. But nonetheless, we've always said here, into this recession, into this bear market, we got to be ready to ride out the tough times. We got to be able to survive the inflation and invest what we can afford to lose, and have the stomach to be able to see it drop another 50%, because this is crypto, right? This is a new asset class, and we have to be able to stomach those 50% losses to be able to partake in the 10,000% gains, right? So I have lost no conviction. My conviction has only grown in these investments, and I've grown numb to seeing this portfolio drop 50%, to seeing us take another 10, 20% dip in a week or in a day even, right? We're very used to this. We've strengthened that muscle to be able to weather this storm. But this has been my concern for the last 2 years as I've been making content, and I get people coming to me and they're leveraging, right? They're overextending themselves. They're leveraging. They're taking conservative investments and putting it into risk. And they're also not considering that this recession is going to last a lot longer than, just a little blip, just a little dip. We've all gotten used to buy the dip, right? Instead of understanding that, when you go through historical recessions, borderline depressions like this, they can last years. And, assets like real estate are going to be lagging. So it's a tough time out here for folks that are trying to figure it out, get caught up to speed, because the FOMO kicks in. You start to research XRP. You want to get caught up. You see that this lawsuit could end at any time. And that's where I don't blame folks, because over the last 2 years, this case could have settled up at any time, and the train would have left the station and they would have been left behind. So I just want to be clear. The wrong way, the right way to invest in XRP. I've always said, I want a bag that allows me to sleep comfortably at night. That number is different for everybody, whether that's 10,000 XRP for you, whether that's 100,000 XRP for you. Your research and your conviction should lead you to that number. And then from there, you got to look at the rest of your portfolio and be versatile. Be versatile right now, because you're seeing this market continue to get shaked up. The chaos is going to continue. And with their staged reality that they have us going through, with no debt limit cap, who knows where they're going to take us over the next year and a half. In my opinion, the controlled demolition continues. So we're staying liquid. We got cash on the sidelines. And I think that the sale of a lifetime is coming our way. We're going to take advantage of that. And then on the other side of it, we get a utility bull run. We get a return to real value. And you're going to see the commodities, you're going to see the cryptos with utility continue to lead us in to the next bull run. But who knows? Like I said, the same thing with the XRP lawsuit. Could be settled up this week, next month. Might take us 2 years, going to the Supreme Court. Regardless, we got to be able to survive and thrive during these times. On the other side, we will be in paradise. We'll be trying to pick out whose island we're going to, whose yacht we're going to, or whatever you guys want to do. It's going to be fun, but we got to survive and make it through the other side. So with that being said, guys, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and make sure you guys have subscribed to this channel. I will see you guys in the next one. We got more content on the way, so stay tuned, okay? God bless all of you guys. We'll see you in the next one.